What's up, everybody? Getting into this episode of Beyond the Gates. This was a damn good episode. Let me tell you something. For a while, we saw the women on this show taking charge, handling business. And now we see all the men getting together handling some business. Let me tell you something. Everybody was war ready. They was war ready up in Bill office. Like, did y'all see the alliance, the group that was in that office? The power that was in that office is crazy. That must have been one hell of a night 2 years ago to have that kind of people in that office together. You got a state senator in there, a doctor, a lawyer, a detective, a police chief, a gangster, hell, even a congressman, all up in that office. That is crazy. That is crazy. I was like, damn, look at this. Regular rainbow coalition up in this bitch. I said, all right. I said, okay. They mean business too. Like, when I tell you they ass was war ready, they ready to take this bitch down. I was like, what the fuck happened 2 years ago that all of them got to be involved in this? Like, is that bad? Like, damn. That bad. That bad. That you need all these people together. But it's one hell of a team. I'll give you that much. Because when Vernon and Elon got up in there, listen, they pretty much nicely told Tomas to get the fuck out, basically. Because Elon was like, oh, you ain't got to babysit us or whatever. And Vernon was like, oh, you got a date with Kat tonight? Oh, go do that. Go ahead. And he said, one other thing. Don't mention this to her that you saw me here. I said, and the way Vernon was looking at Tomas when he said that shit, oh, he meant business. And Tomas knew too. Tomas knew not to say nothing about that shit. He knew better. Because Vernon had that look on his face like, boy, I will gut you like a fish. Better not. Don't tell my business. It was on and popping. They was all up in the office waiting on Bill to bring his ass up in there. Trying to figure out what they move gonna be. Joey came up in there. And they all put it out there. They was like, shit. They let Martin little ass know. Like, they let them all know. Shit, y'all in debt to us. He said, shit, Joey wasn't playing. He said, shit, you basically owe us. Shit, you got us all mixed up in this. We all helped. And Joey don't play about the debt. It is so funny because Joey had mentioned the Oceans movie, but he was talking about the original. He was like, I ain't talking about the Clooney. I said, yeah, y'all war ready. They are ready for war. Like, they ready to take this damn people down. Because Ted recognized the dude, Kenneth. He recognized him. And I said, damn, Ted a part of this shit too? Martin didn't even know. Martin had no clue Ted was involved. Because he was pissed when he came in the office and seen everybody up in there. He was pissed. He was like, damn, now you dragging my father into it? Vernon was like, calm your ass down. He said, Ted been a part of this shit since day one. You just didn't know it. Oh, my God. Like, this story is so good. So good. Like, the way that they connected everybody together. I would have never thought Joey Armstrong knew Vernon or ran in the same circle as him. I would have never thought that shit. I would have never thought they crossed paths like that before. I was like, I'll be damned. Lord. I was so shocked at the people in that room. I said, oh, all of y'all are just up to no good. But I guess it's all in the spirit of protecting Martin. Like, Martin got this kind of power. Like, you got all these people together to protect your ass. Don't get it twisted though. I mean, we all know Joey and Marcel ain't doing all this shit for free. Like, we know that much. But they trying to get a game plan together. And Martin, that's why Vernon trying to keep Martin the hell away from this. Because Martin talking about, let me help. Vernon said, no, take your ass home. Let me handle this shit. He said, we got this. Let us handle this. Let us do the cleanup on this. Martin can't handle this. Like, look at him. He over here hyperventilating and damn near about to fall out. I'm like, Martin, go home. Go home and let the big boys handle it. Let the grown folk handle this. That's everybody in that office is old school. Let old school handle this. You just go home and do you. All right, and relax. They got this shit. Okay? Ain't nothing but, please, this ain't nothing for them. And Bill was like, all right, let's get to it. And Ted was up in that office, and they had to let Ted ass know. They said, listen, if you, because I guess the night that they called him and let him know, because Bill was the one that called him. Bill got him involved because Bill felt like as a father, Ted should know what's going on with his son. But they felt like back then, whatever happened, Ted was hesitant. And they let him know, like, look, you can't be hesitant now. If you can't handle the shit we about to do, they told him you need to leave right now. Oh, no, I'm going to protect my son. Okay. If you plan on staying, then you better listen. If you plan on being a part of this shit, this coalition, okay, you better be war ready. Because Vernon and them, they were not playing. They was like, listen, don't bitch up like you did last time because you almost bitched up. Don't do that now. Because they got a clean house on this. They got to make sure this shit don't come back on them. I said, Ted, don't fuck this up, Ted. Do not. Because it just sounded like Ted was being a little square back then, and they can't handle that right now. Everybody that's involved in this need to be on their A game. They need to be ready for some brutality. Because it sounded like Vernon not fucking around. Like, Vernon was like, nah, we got to do some diabolical shit this time. Like, we can't have nobody being all squeamish and scared. Ted. Like, they gave him out. They said, listen, you can't rock with it. You need to leave now because it's gonna get dirty. So if you staying there, hey, that means you cool with it. Be about that life, Teddy. Come on now. But I can't wait to see more of this unfold because I was just like in awe of the people that was in that office. I was in awe. And Tomas need to go sit down somewhere because he was being nosy as shit, asking Bill's assistant, oh, why is the chief of police and the senator in the office trying to meet with Bill? It ain't none of your business. That's none of your business. See, that's above your pay grade, boy. Mind your business. See, he too nosy for his own good. Now, if you see big guns like that in Bill's office, you shouldn't even be asking questions. See, stuff like that could get you hurt. Asking questions. Be quiet now. That's what I'm talking about. He needs to stay in the child's place. Like, yeah, you an adult, but you're a child to them. Okay? That's old school up in that office. Might want to go sit down, boy. Before you get hurt. Before you get lumped up. Walk around with some lumps on their head. They're going to be on your head. They're going to be on your head. They're going to be on your ass. They're going to be all over you. You keep messing around with old school up in that office. They will hurt you. Smitty is not playing. Like, Smitty is trying to get to the bottom of this shit. Like, he trying to figure out what's the connection between Marcel and Martin. Because even the mention of Marcel's name got Martin tensing up. Like, and Smitty get the vibe that Martin was scared of Marcel, and I could see that because out of all the flashbacks that Martin done had when he heard Marcel talk, that's the name that really got to him. Out of everybody else's name that, popped up, or everybody that's in that room, everybody that spoke, Marcel's name is the one that kind of perked him up compared to everybody else. So why he perk up with Marcel? You know what I'm saying? So I think something's there too. I can't wait for Smitty to uncover all of this because when I just don't like the way Martin talks to him. Like, Martin talks down to him. He, is very controlling, very parental. It's like, you don't talk to that man like that's your husband. Like, Martin talks to that man like that's his child or something. I'm not with that. Like, that's not how you should be talking to him. And I can't wait for the scandal to unfold so Smitty could walk away. Smitty need to know his worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how he could be married to somebody that's talking to him like that. Because even when Smitty had that flashback the night that... And he was putting it together with Jacob at Orphe Jeans. Because he was like 2 years ago, Martin was at an event with Vernon. And he remembered Martin coming home real late and he was in different clothes. And Martin looked all disheveled. He just looked lost in space. And when Smitty was questioning him, he just snapped on Smitty and just told him to let it go. And Smitty, ever since that night, never talked to him about it again. And here goes Jacob. Oh, see, that couldn't be me and Naomi, because if Naomi came home like that and she told me to let it go, we'd still be talking about it. I'm like, well, Jacob, I get you, but y'all in a different marriage, okay? Y'all got a different type of thing going. And you ain't got to worry about your wife beating your ass, first of all. You talking about two men over here, and the way Martin be snapping and listen, that's a little Ike Turner, okay? The way he be popping off at Smitty. I mean, I'd be a little afraid for Smitty sometime that Martin might just, tee off on him or something one day. The way Martin be snapping, like you never know what go on in that man mind. But Smitty remembered that night, and he also remembered that looking through Marcel's bank accounts, Marcel received that $500,000 payment just a couple of days after that night. So Smitty's starting to put this shit together. He is really starting to put the pieces together. He just got to figure out who made that payoff. That's what he really got to figure out. And I know he gonna be surprised when he find out who it was, because we all know it was the Duprees that made that pay. And I get where Jacob coming from. He really wants to believe that his father is clean. That's really what this is about for him. Like, he want to make sure, like, his pops ain't dirty. And I love that scene between Jacob and, Naomi, where, she was massaging him and he was letting her know, like, what was going on with his father and stuff. Because he really believed that his father is not involved in nothing shady. But he wants to be naive to the shit, because he don't want to believe the worst of his father naturally. But you'll be surprised at the skeletons, your folks got in their closet now. You'll be a little surprised. That's why they tell you, stay out of grown folk business. Don't open Pandora's box. But it's about to get opened. I love it, though. But Smitty, I'm scared for Smitty. I am so scared for Smitty. Because they talked about it in the office. You know what I'm saying? Marcel and them was talking about how Smitty was, creeping around. And Vernon made it very clear. He said, listen, Smitty is family. We'll handle that. You know what I'm saying? And Elon made it clear too. He said, up and Jacob, my son, and I got it. Because they making sure to put that out there that, that's family. Don't touch him. Because Joey was like, oh, that little reporter. I said, Joey, don't you dare get no ideas. Because Joey and Marcel don't give a damn. They'll take Smitty out in a minute. That's why I'm like, yeah, Smitty gotta be careful. And that's what Martin was trying to, warn him about. He was like, you need to back off of this because it could be dangerous. Like, you need to stay out of it. Or whatever. But Smitty not staying out of shit. He don't even care if it's a danger to him. He gonna get to the bottom of it. That's just the type of dude he is. He don't care. But this some good mess. I am loving this story. I'm loving it. I cannot wait to find out, get the full puzzle of what happened that night. Cause I'm just anxious to find out. So anyway, moving on from that. So Bill went to go see Danny. I actually loved their conversation. I really did. I loved their conversation. Bill came there basically with hat in hand. He was like, listen, he finally did what Danny has been wanting him to do. Open up to her about why he divorced her. Like, why he wanted a divorce. Why he wanted out the marriage. Why he did all the shit that he did. And he gave some answers. He was like, listen, because he let her know, like, you can't keep blaming Haley for our marital trouble. He was like, we was having troubles long before Haley came around. And he let it be known. He said, we're not getting back together. Once Danny heard that, Danny said, all right, so we ain't getting back together, and that's not why you're here. And what the fuck do you want? She said, get to the point. But he did want to apologize to her because he see the wrong that he did. He see the hurt that he caused her. And that's not what he wanted to do to her. But he was just pissed at her because he felt like she didn't see that he wasn't happy and that, shit wasn't right. And she was like, I did see it. She was like, I saw it. She was just waiting on him to, talk to her or get it out of his system and for them to figure the shit out. But that never happened. But he was like, basically, I think for Bill, it's like he was going to try and stay in the marriage and suffer through, but he just was not happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't do it. He wasn't happy in the marriage. And he knew he had to get up out of it. I think he wanted to stay in it due to the kids and because he made vows and a promise to her. And he didn't want to hurt Danny, but he did what he had to do. But I'm glad that, at least he could own it and he could apologize. You know what I'm saying? And he just wanted to know if him and Danny could ever get in that space where they could be cool. It's not always combative. And she was honest with him. She was like, I don't know. She was like, I can't give you no promises that we can be cordial with each other all the time. She said, I can't promise you that. So I'm glad that they had that conversation because hopefully that conversation was the closure that Danny needed. I really hope that that was what she needed to close that chapter of her life with Bill. I hope so. I really do, because I'm ready for Danny to just move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, completely. And then he mentioned that case that came back to bite him in the ass, but you know, he didn't want to talk about that. And I know Danny probably gonna go off when she find out that he was involved in this shit with Martin, and she didn't know. I know she probably gonna flip. But I enjoyed that though. That was a good conversation between them. And of course, Haley bring her little insecure ass over there. I was like, if I was Danny, I wouldn't even have entertained her coming over there. Oh, I know Bill was here. Okay, if you know Bill was there, then what the fuck are you doing there? Like, she really, her insecurity show every single time. And what the hell, did y'all see her outfit? Her here, she looked like she stepped out of I Dream of Jeannie. I said, what you got on? She looked good though. It was a little loud, a little bright, but she looked good. But yeah, her insecurities was definitely showing, and Danny was having a field day with her. Like, Danny just be playing her like Lotto. It'd be so funny watching it, because Haley really is a child compared to Danny. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way Danny just be going back and forth with her be so entertaining. And here go Haley with these little fake cramps. Danny was not falling for it. Danny was like, listen, you can go on somewhere with your little fake baby. She said, you can take that fake baby and go on somewhere, sitting over here like she having a miscarriage or cramps or whatever. I say, if you are having some little fake miscarriage, do not try to blame Danny for it. You came to her door. If she was so secure in her marriage, she would have never popped up at Danny's house. She would have never. An insecure person don't confront people over their spouse. They don't do it, because you already know, you should know ain't nothing going on. But that whole scene was funny as hell. I was like, Haley, get up off that lady couch and go home. Like, get up off of there. So anyway, moving on from that. Theodore. Why must he continue to try to shove Eva down Kat's throat? Like, Kat, I get it. You know, he feel like Kat and Eva are more alike than they like to admit. But I'm like, sir, leave him alone. Kat don't like her. I mean, how many times she got to put it out there she don't like this girl? And he got the audacity to say, oh, well, come have dinner with us. No. She don't want to be in the same room as the girl. She don't want to break bread with her. She don't like her. And it was so funny, because when Kat was saying how, given the opportunity, Eva chose her mother yet again, they was having a back and forth about the whole Laura incident. And she was like, oh, she could have put her mother away and she didn't do it or whatever. She chose her mother. And that's when Eva tried to shut her down, because Eva was like, so how you know I had something? What did I have? Because she know that Kat took that damn helmet. She know it. And if Kat would have kept going, she would have exposed herself. They all would have just got exposed right there. So Kat ain't had no choice but to let that one go. You know, because you would have had to explain and expose yourself for breaking in that girl room and taking the evidence. So Kat had to zip it up on that one. I like this feud. I really do. I am thoroughly enjoying Eva versus Kat. Like, it's an entertaining feud to me. But here go fucking Tomas. Tomas come up in there. You know, not Eva, Kat went through all this trouble of having a romantic dinner for him. Even got the chef to prepare a special meal for them. Like, got their own private menu, just specific stuff for them. Like, she went all out. And he just couldn't take his eyes off Eva the entire time. Like, he's sitting there pretending to look at the menu. He looking at Eva. I'm like, yeah, Kat, dump him. Dump him. He ain't the one. Dump his silly ass. So they sitting over there talking. Here come Eva, getting up, coming over to, oh, I didn't mean to disturb your evening. And now they want to talk about books. Eva, you did not have to get up and come over to see. This why Kat don't like her, because she's antagonistic as fuck. Like, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Why you had to get up and come over there? You should just walked out gracefully and quietly, but of course she wouldn't. And here go Tomas reprimanding Kat for being rude. And I'm like, Tomas, shut up. Sitting over there getting mad because Kat got every right to be pissed. Like, y'all are having a romantic evening and here she come walking her, sashaying her ass up. and you entertaining her. Like, Kat need to let him go. Like, she really do. She need to literally drop him. Drop him. Because it just seemed like when it comes down to Eva, he's never on Kat's side. He always on Eva's side. And I cannot believe she decided to give the punani up to him. I said, don't do it. Kat, don't do it. She want to lose her virginity to him today. I'm like, Kat, please. Don't give it up to him. Don't. You're going to regret it. She will definitely regret that decision. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Peace.